Hello. Good afternoon. Good afternoon and welcome distinguished guests and members of the campus community. My name is Hannah Edlin and I'm honored to serve as the president of NKU Student Government Association, and I'm also the representative as the student for the Board of Regents. Today I have the privilege of serving as the Master of Ceremonies for the dedication of this amazing new building on campus, the Health Innovation Center. Our first speaker today is someone whom I've had the good fortune to get to know since he joined NKU as its 6th president earlier this year. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Vaidia, President of Northern Kentucky University.
Thank you, Hannah, for that lovely introduction. It's always a pleasure to be with you at these events. Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of Northern Kentucky University community, it is my distinct pleasure to welcome you to this dedication and what I believe is a milestone event for this university and this community. We have a great crowd. We still have some room here, but I understand the need to be in the sun, and I certainly get that. It makes a lot of sense. It's wonderful. But what a great day for us. Welcome, Governor Bevin. It's good to see you. Your support for NKU means a great deal to all of us. Now, I have to say that you were quite courageous going on social media to ask people about whether to keep the beard or not. For me, my wife answered that question many years ago. There was no choice, really. But I want to extend a warm welcome to so many of our people. Let me begin by welcoming our state legislators and all the elected officials who are with us today. Will you please stand so that we can acknowledge you? The Commonwealth's investment of $97 million was the largest capital expenditure in the 2014 budget. And you recognize that the benefit of this investment would not just go to the students, but also to the entire community and the region. And what stands behind me and in front of all of us is in fact a great way to demonstrate that commitment and that investment. We know our responsibility when you make that kind of investment, and that is to provide outstanding educational experiences for our students. As a result of this Health Innovation Center, our students will graduate and go on to their communities as nurses, therapists, radiologists, social workers, athletic trainers, and so much more. We really appreciate your continued support of NKU. I would also like to thank and recognize our partners, St. Elizabeth Healthcare. In particular, Garen Colvin, the President and CEO, the St. Elizabeth Board, the St. Elizabeth Leadership Team, and many of the St. Elizabeth Associates. Our partnership with St. Elizabeth is what I call a strategic partnership. It goes beyond just a transactional relationship. It's much deeper than that. And already in the few months that I've come here, I can see why this is just going to be the beginning of a wonderful collaboration that leads to many big things. It's so important that we work together. We're particularly grateful for St. Elizabeth's investment in the Healthcare Simulation Center. For those of you that haven't had a tour of the HIC, you will see that very soon. The investment in our Executive Director for the Institute for Health Innovation, the partnership with NKU's Athletics and Athletic Training Program, and of course, very soon, St. E's will also be at the gateway of our campus with its new medical office building, which we will actually be breaking ground tomorrow. So what a great week for NKU and this region itself. We have many friends here, but I want to point out our dear friends Oakley and Eva Harris. I know Eva couldn't be with us. Oakley Ferris has been a wonderful supporter of the institution. I want to thank them for their commitment to the university. In the short time that I've been here, I have been so impressed by the fact that this is a vibrant, collaborative community. Northern Kentucky is a very special place. And again, this facility would not have been possible without so many other partners as well. I want to give special thanks to our friends at the Northern Kentucky Chamber of Commerce and the Campbell Leaders Action Group for their strong advocacy as well. And also thank you to the Health Innovation Center External Advisory Committee, a group of nearly 30 regional and national leaders in the corporate and healthcare industries. This committee guided the work and the vision of what this facility could be, and in fact is what we have so much to thank for as well. And finally, I would be remiss if I didn't thank the NKU's Board of Regents, many of whom are here today. If they would please stand and be acknowledged as well. The entire board, please. And finally, I want to acknowledge former President Jeffrey Mearns for his leadership and commitment to making sure that this vision becomes a reality as well. What this HIC is going to do is going to enhance our capacity to serve the region and this community. This is an example, I believe, of how NKU is nurturing talent, fostering innovation, and advancing regional engagement and community vibrancy. You see, it's actually very simple. You need three things for a region to prosper: good health, good education, and community vibrancy. And if you have that, then I think the possibilities for this region are endless. And we're glad to be part of that equation as well. In our opinion, NKU's next chapter will be based on advancing student success aligned with the needs of the region. We recognize the need that we have to provide even greater access to a great NKU education. We have to ensure that we graduate more students with our highly valued degrees, credentials, and certificates, and that we must continue to prepare all NKU graduates for successful careers and to be engaged in the community. The HIC is already gaining great reputation in this region and will continue to allow us to recruit talented students, faculty, and staff. Our new Dean of the Health Professions, College of Health Professions, Dale Stevenson, shared with me that over the summer he met with many of our students who are coming here. And in conversations with them, he realized that many of them chose to come to NKU over many of the other tri-state universities, primarily because of the HIC. So we're so happy that we could do that as well. HIC will enable us to increase our academic capacity in the health professions, but also to serve more students by developing and launching new programs to meet the future needs of this region, including the interprofessional education activities with the medical students that will join us next year with the new UK College of Medicine partnership that we'll have here itself. So that will be launching next year. There's so many exciting things happening at NKU, and I just feel honored and privileged to be part of this along with all of you and the great team that make this place unique and special. Again, I want to thank all of you for your advocacy, your investment, and the support that has made HIC a reality today. Thank you again on behalf of NKU for everything you do for the community and for our university. Thank you.
Thank you, President Vaidya. Now I'm pleased to welcome Mr. Garen Colvin, President and CEO of St. Elizabeth Healthcare.
Thank you very much, Anna. St. Elizabeth has over 10,000 employees, physicians, and volunteers. On behalf of all 10,000, it is an honor and privilege to partner with NKU on this Health Innovation Center. This is a significant investment for St. Elizabeth Healthcare, and I need to thank our Board of Trustees and our senior leadership for all the support in making this possible. From day one, this was an investment in our community. St. Elizabeth Healthcare wants to lead this community and become one of the healthiest communities in America. This would not be possible without a great partner like NKU. As she said, tomorrow we'll be breaking ground on a new building on this campus, and so we hope to continue this partnership well into the future. So thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Mr. Colvin. This day would have not been possible without the support and foresight of our elected officials in Frankfort, many of whom are here today. Please join me in welcoming Senator Will Schroeder, who represents District 24, including NKU's campus in the Kentucky Legislature.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here today, and welcome to Senate District 24. I live actually right down the road here in Wilder. On busy days like today, I joke that I think it'd be easier to walk than to park here at the parking structure. So maybe some more money needs to come from more parking as well. So I graduated here in 2008. My wife and I graduated from NKU Chase College of Law And one of the benefits of living so close to campus is we have the joy of seeing the development that we've seen, especially in the last few years. You heard from President Vadia that students are now saying they want to come here because of the buildings. I can assure you, back in 2005, that was not the case. So we've come a long way there. Congratulations. It's truly been exciting to see. You know, a few years ago, the General Assembly challenged the universities and said, we really need you guys to meet the demands of the workforce. And NKU, time and time again, has stepped up. The building to your right, to my left, we've seen that with the College of Informatics, and then again here today. We're meeting those needs. You know, across the nation and in Kentucky, healthcare, the demand is going up and up. So thank you, NKU, for meeting that need, and also thank you for being a good neighbor with exciting stuff going on.
Thank you, Will. From the Kentucky House of Representatives, please join me in welcoming our Representative Dennis King of House District 67.
I sure wasn't planning on speaking today. I usually am eye candy, but today you're going to let me speak, so that might be dangerous. You know, I've been here at NKU since start, and I mean that. Our family farm was right where the baseball field is. So I'm amazed by what this has done to our community and how important NKU has become to the economic engine of what we know of Northern Kentucky. NKU leads the way in informatics, and now I hope we're making our dent in the healthcare part of it. We're going to provide a bunch of jobs for people that's much needed. And I'm so excited about being here today and being part of this process. And I'm so proud to be here and see all the friendly faces that I haven't seen in some time. And it's nice to see such a friendly crowd in today's environment. And I want to thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Keene. And now at this time, I'm happy to introduce you to someone who represents the reason why we're all here today. Kayla DeStefani is a senior nursing student in the College of Health Professions and will graduate with her Bachelor of Science in Nursing in May of 2019. Here's Kayla.
Well, hi everyone. How are we today? It's a beautiful day to be here. As Hannah said, my name's Kayla, and I'm a senior nursing student here at NKU. And I would like to just take a few minutes to share how excited I am about this amazing building and the impact that it will have on my education, as well as my future career. I always say that I think I was one of the biggest cheerleaders for this building. When I first came here in my freshman orientation in 2015, the College of Health Informatics talked about the Health Innovation Center that they were building and how I would have the opportunity to take classes in it, and I was so very excited. If any of you are familiar with the Albright Health Center that the nursing program was originally inside, that building was very small. It was a great building, but we had a very, none of the classrooms had any windows, so it was just, you know, kind of closet-ish. I felt like we had an actual closet with a refrigerator and a microwave in it, and that was our student lounge. And then we didn't really have any study space. We had 3 small tables. We did have 1 skills lab, 1 holistic health simulation center, as well as 1 full simulation center that had some mannequins in it. But the mannequins were getting a little old, so some of their functions didn't work, and we had to do a lot of pretending during our simulation experiences. So I've been looking forward to this building for the past 3 years that I've been here. And when I first got word that it was open to the public, I immediately stopped by to check it out. And the inside of this building is absolutely beautiful, and there's study spaces everywhere. And I remember one of the first thoughts that I had was how excited I was that I could actually study in my own pretty building, and I wouldn't have to walk over to Griffin Hall anymore. The classrooms here are big and open, and they have new technology that makes learning innovative and exciting. We have lots of new simulation space. We have an entire doctor's office on the 3rd floor where we can do a holistic health practice, which is sort of similar to the kind of care that you would experience with a nurse in your own doctor's office. The 3rd floor also has a simulation apartment, so students in the community health can have practice in a real-life home visit situation. The 4th floor has an entire simulation suite with all kinds of debriefing rooms, control rooms, and simulation mannequins of all kinds. There's an intensive care unit with 4 mannequins, so multiple students, groups can work at once. There's also separate simulation rooms for our maternity simulator as well as our pediatric simulator. And all of the mannequins have amazing functions, like they can bleed, they can have heart and lung sounds, run IVs, speak to students, blink, adjust their pupil size, and have vital signs. My simulation practice in this building has already been much more extensive and realistic than anything I was able to experience before. And I feel like I'm truly being prepared to practice in a real clinical setting. NKU has also recently initiated our nurse anesthesia program. This building has everything we need to train those students for their surgical practice. We have a simulation room with a full anesthetic machine so students can practice running the anesthetic gases as well as other medications. There's specialized mannequins where they can practice intubations, and there's a full operating room with a scrubbing and sink so students can become sterile for surgery. And I know that I personally would like to earn my master's degree or higher in some field of nursing. I haven't quite decided my specialty yet, but I've definitely considered anesthesia. And NKU is at the top of my list for schools for continued education because I have seen the resources here that would benefit my learning experience. So to all of you here today, our campus partners, benefactors, stakeholders, and supporters, I would like to thank you for your contribution. Your investment in this building is the investment into the future of healthcare education. It is an investment into the lives of every student you see passing through these doors. Successful healthcare employees are born from successful education as healthcare students. You are contributing to that success. Thank you for your investment into our future.
Thank you, Kayla. It's always so special to hear from our students and the impact that your contributions make. So now at this time, I'd like to welcome a very special guest to our campus. May I present to you Kentucky's Governor Matt Bevin.
Thank you all very much. As I know some of you are standing up out of these chairs, as I was, and then came up here, I realized that the description of the mannequin also applies to many of us, actually. We're getting older, all the parts don't work quite the same way as they used to. But how outstanding. You are tremendous. I mean, your ability to articulate, yours as well. I mean, you're shining examples of what this campus is delivering. Dr. Badia, it's an honor to know you. I've enjoyed speaking to you since you were thinking of coming here, and now that you are here, you're saying 100 days in. I told him, I said, 100 days, look at the kind of stuff you're getting done here. And this is going to be breaking ground to St. Elizabeth's. You guys are outstanding, a tremendous community partner, truly on so many fronts in this community. Yes, of course, it's in your best interest because you provide for an aging demographic and a growing community, and so obviously it's in your best interest, but truth be told, you've stepped up above and beyond, and my thanks to you and to your board for the millions of dollars that you have poured into making this possible. Yes, the state did a lot, and these legislators that are here, and those that you've heard from, and others that are here as well, they're the ones that made this happen. I mean, truth be told, if you didn't have people like Will Schroeder, if you didn't have people like Adia Wishner, if you didn't have people like Representatives Keene and Fisher and all the others as well here, Koenig and Hart and Bentley, I have to keep going now because I started, so, and Mosier, I'm sorry, I think I got them all now. That was my mistake. You never go there. Don't do that. But I didn't, so I think I got all of you. But seriously, this is how it's done. I mean, people come and represent you, and without blowing smoke, and your judge executives that are here, you are remarkably well served in Frankfort, more than has been indicated by the kind of things that have historically come out of Frankfort. But your legislators work hard. They bring legislation forward that matters. They will bring funding. I can't promise as it relates to parking, or things of this sort, but it's all possible, no question. And I want to thank as well that whoever it is that put up this tent, put out these balloons and built this phenomenal balloon arch behind us that on a windy day is defying certain laws of physics. It's insane. For any of you who have been watching this, I'll keep my comments brief simply because I want to make sure it's still there when we walk through it. But it is bending in ways that it's amazing balloons can do and still remain intact. Thanks for everyone. So many people involved in making this day possible. This is an exciting time. Healthcare, we are aging. And healthcare, more than anything else, is going to define what our futures look like, not only for those under this tent, but frankly, the health and vibrancy of this institution, but honestly, of the students, the things that you do, the people that you are serving. My wife is a registered nurse. I have a daughter who's studying nursing like yourself and not sure exactly which area she'll pursue, but in a similar way, this is something I have medical, doctors in my family, and this is powerful. This innovation center, not just traditional medicine. For those of you who've not had a chance to be inside there, I've not even been inside since this has been completed. But I tell you, you have 45 beds in there. This is bigger than a lot of hospitals that we have in rural parts of our state. And it isn't just the traditional medicine, it's the things, as you said, that are very forward-thinking and the ability to be trained on these things. But not just, again, the old things that we think of, but when you start talking about the collaboration between neuroscience and kinesiology and some of these things that are increasing parts of an aging demographic. As we get older, our age now, we're thinking we're going to be 90, 95, maybe 100 years old. That's very realistic. And an understanding of what the human performance is capable of is an important thing for us to understand. A lot of that innovation is going to be done here. And Dr. Hardcastle and others who've come here who are thought leaders on this front are going to attract other thought leaders. I'm grateful again to St. Joe's for St. E's for making that possible and making that possible for us to attract this kind of talent. So for all of you for being here, for giving up whatever else you might have been doing on this amazing day, we're going to cut a ribbon. We're going to go in. I hope you have a chance to see this. Thank you to you and to the board who are going to take this incredible gem and help us maximize this and make sure that it continues to be a very vibrant and vital part of this community for generations to come. Thank you so much. I appreciate
it. Thank you so much, Governor Bevin, and thank you all to the distinguished guests that are here today. And thank you for believing in NKU. This is really a special place. This is a home to so many students, to staff, to faculty, and it really is something special here. I encourage you that if you've not adventured this campus yet, to go. It's a lot different than 10 years ago, even 20 years ago, and it's really special. So I'd like to invite today's speakers and the Board of Regents, Chair Lee Shaven, to join me aside the stage for the formal ribbon cutting following right in front of this amazing building. Following the ribbon cutting, all guests are going to be invited to a reception on the second floor of the Health Innovation Center, where guided tours of the building will be available. If you haven't had the chance yet to see firsthand what this building has to offer for NKU students, take the opportunity. Take the opportunity to get to know NKU. Again, thank you all, and I hope you all have a great afternoon, and we will head on to the ribbon cutting. Thank you for being here.